this is Johnny S coming with another R6 vlog. Beautiful morning from Greece. I hope the sound works. We had a problem, an audio sound problem on the last video. So I basically took my whole setup apart and put it back together, tried to figure out what the audio problem was. And as I was doing that, I also noticed that the stability of the camera was not good. It was about to fall off. So therefore, in theory, it should be okay. I went to a couple of test rides, and you know, I noticed on the videos that every time I used to crack my voice, so every time I used to cough like like this, that the sound was fixing. So I thought maybe vibrations, maybe the position of the microphone, maybe faulty microphone. I did do 3-4 different test rides, shaking, coughing, everything. The sound was good. So maybe with the vibration or the movement, maybe there was a connection. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so because we're gonna run out of time again as per usual, let's begin with today's topic, which is going to be 600 vs 1000 comparison. So the disclaimer to begin with is that I have not personally driven a 1000 bike, so that's you know, a heads up. And also a second component is that I am not fourth, or neither am I against. So this is more of a discussion, it's not an advice by any means, and I am open to suggestions in the comments if you want to, you know, let me know what you think, or if you were in my shoes, whether you would get one or not. Sorry. You know, let me think and we can go through it. So as usual, on my videos I do not edit the content, or I do not, you know, what you see is what you get, raw, uncensored, you know, my thoughts. So I will try to go through my personal thoughts on the matter, what I think, and why at the moment, instead of me driving an R1, I'm driving an R6. So obviously, for the time being, I have not gotten a 1000. So currently I've made the decision not to own one. But that might change. That might change. I don't know. So, you know, I never say never. So the first thing to discuss, again, like always, I know that this is one of my favorite words, is application. I will say, what's the application? What are you going to use the bike for? That will help you make the decision whether a 1000cc bike is for you or not. Personally, because you know, after we had the little one with my wife, and you know, I'm a dad now, I don't have as much time for weekend trips. So another thing to mention is that because my wife is a rare case of a biker chick, and I'm not talking about these biker chicks which they have a boyfriend or a husband that has a biker, and they just stand by and you know, showing off next to their boyfriend's bike. No, I'm talking about my wife is, and I think will always be a biker chick. A bicycle chick, I mean that we used to go for double rides together on the weekend. There used to be a road I head up that might have been a little bit slippery, so I used to tell her, you know, babe, take care up ahead on the road, because you know it's a little bit slippery. She said, why, what do you mean? Because it's, you know, the grip is not that good. Okay. Her response was okay. Next thing I know, she takes off and she starts doing burnouts all across the turn as she's turning, like, for the love of God. You know, so my girl is able to wheelie her bike, she's able to burn out her bike, so she is obsessed. She loves it. Let me just get past all the bikes. So one of the reasons is the application. Because I am a father with a child, my son is 6 years old, hence why for 6 years I had the bike on the side. Now I'm getting back into it. I did not have the free time, you know. Me and my wife in the weekend we used to go for rides. We used to enjoy long distances, get a coffee, do a lot of trips on 2 separate bikes. So my wife had the ER6 since the beginning, since I got the Z750, brand new. I got my one used, but my wife got hers brand new. She was the first to sit on it, and she always had that bike. What's going on today with people and crossing the... Anyway. She always had that bike, and we always used to go for double rides. So on the weekend, it was not like I had her on me, you know what I mean? She used to take a bike. She actually used to go quite hard. Okay, the ER6 was not able to stay up with the Yamaha, let's say, on high speeds, but we used to, you know, go at it, take the turn. She then, like, one guy slows down, another guy slows down, and go at it again. So one of the reasons why I don't have a 1000 bike at the moment is application. I don't have a 1000cc bike at the moment because it's a bike that you're going to more enjoy if you're going to take it to the track, if you're going to take it on the weekend on bigger rides, you know, and not as much as in the daily traffic. Again, the same thing can also be said for the R6, with the difference being the power. So now, let's say in a 600 and a 1000, no matter what the brand, they're still super sport bikes. They're still going to heat up much faster, you know, start stop, or if you go slow revs between cars. The same thing is for both, with the difference that one is more powerful than the other, which means that how can I say it, that the 1000 SuperSport is going to always have, it's going to be a little bit more dangerous, let's say, on your daily commute, or at least this is what I think at the moment. It might change, that's why I'm saying I'm open to suggestions. And before I resurfaced this bike, in my mind I almost got a 1000. The 1000 that I would have gotten was a Honda CBR 1000RR 2008 model. So I know that I'm a little bit strange on my preferences, just like I mentioned for this bike's exhaust that I really love it. The 2008, the Honda CBR 1000RR 2008 model is a controversial model because many people do not like the look. They think it's kind of awkward and weird. Vice versa, I think the 2008 is the best looking one. Even the model that came after that, I don't like it. For some reason, the Honda, I don't think they've got a design when it comes to sharp looking lines. On the contrary, to comparing them to like GSXR, to like Suzuki, Yamaha. Suzuki and Yamaha, they have, you know, better, I don't know. It's just the way that they've done the design. I can't really tell you why. So, you know, this is one of the, let me change lanes so perhaps we could go faster. Possibly not. So this is, you know, I was very close to doing it. And one thing to mention is that the R6, the specific model that I have, is a rare bike. The R6s which came after that have actually decreased the performance. They have less power, even though that this is low power on the low side. The ones after this reduced this even further. So it's a sought out bike, and there's a lot of people that do not really like the new design and they prefer the old one. I think we're unstuck. So this is a sought out bike. And that means that the price, it retains its price a lot. Another thing to notice is that you will hear me pause a lot because the traffic is crazy, and that also creates delays on my speaking and my thought process. And sometimes that might be the reason why I'm running out of time when I want to do these videos. So you know, this bike here at the moment, if you go to sell it, you can probably sell it for 5,500 5,800 euro, which is quite close to the buying price that I got a long time ago. So for some reason, I mean, you will know the reasons, it's very sought out bike. It retains its price, meaning that once I resurface this bike, if I had sold it, I would have the money, almost all the money, to get a 1,000 super bike. The 2018 model, the Honda 2018 model, is one of the bikes that also had a lot of bikes in circulation. Therefore, its price is quite lower than other 1000cc bikes. And this is one of the reasons why I thought, you know, I was almost going to buy it. I did not buy it, but you know, the reason why at the end I did not go for it is because of the back of my mind. I thought it was too much. And the second reason is because I did the gear ratio change on this bike. So with that, I had enough power, more than I needed, more than I could have gotten used to easily, enough to scare me, let's say, so that the 1000 was out of the picture, at least for now. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen later. Because I've never driven one, I do want to, let's say, in my bike driving career, to have at some point driven a 1000cc bike. I've been driven on one. So a friend took me on one of his SuperSports, which was a Kawasaki ZX-10R 2010 model, and he did some crazy stuff, like he wheelied he wheelied on around like 170 kilometers per hour. He was wheeling and I was on the top of the bike. Very good driver. So I know what the power thing is. I've got an idea of what it is. I've read a lot about it, but you know, another topic of discussion about the 1600. A lot of people, they think about fuel consumption. This is not true. I've spoken with many people that have these bikes. This is not true, the fuel consumption. This bike gets me around 120 to 130 kilometers on a full deposit. A similar thing with the 1000. It literally makes no difference. And why it makes no difference? It's because how you drive it. This is a 600cc bike, but it revs all the way to 17,000. So if you take it quite aggressive, you're going to double burn whatever you're going to burn with the 1000 bike. You know what I mean? And in some cases, the 1000 bike, because it has the extra grind, it has got the extra torque, you don't need to rev it as much. You don't need to, let's say, push the bike to its limits as much as you would on a 600. So that is one of the things that, you know, makes a difference. But again, I'm not here or there. I don't think that some people who say, you know, SuperSport are not for daily commute. I think everything is for everything. If you're obsessed with something, you really love something, the looks of it, everything, you can make it work for you. You know what I mean? You just need to take care and, you know, don't exceed your own limits. And I know that this is easier said than done. You know, the 1000 bikes has a lot of power. So you need to really be self-constrained when it comes to the usability. Even me on 28, that I got my first bike and that I've got a much more mature, let's say, thinking style, even me, I even with the 600, I cannot you know, avoid temptation. There has been quite a few situations that I've opened the gas on the wrong things, and I didn't calculate the distance enough, and I found myself like behind cars, like, and I thought, wow, how the hell did I end up here? And on one extreme case, I almost, you know, had a crash because exactly of that reason. You know what I mean? I took myself to close to some guys that you know, they had the thing, and then I pressed the brakes. I almost crashed. And this is to show also what I was saying before about the brakes. I had put the high pressure steel lines on the brakes, and the bike ended. When I say ended, like 50 degrees back wheel off the ground ended. It was the first time that I ended a bike. I don't know how to end bikes, let's put it like that, but I pressed the brakes a lot, to the point, because I know where the limit of the bike is to slip the tire, just a little bit before the slip. And obviously the bike ended because I was much leaned over. So the brakes actually saved my life. They saved me from a crash. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All I wanted to discuss about 600 and 1000cc. The power, you know, it's much more. Obviously with the 1000cc bike, you're going to have a lot more technology to assist you in this power. So you're gonna have a 3-piston, let's say, brake caliper instead of a 2-piston brake caliper. Okay, you're gonna have more technology that will help you out on actually braking, but I think it's a little bit dangerous 1000cc compared to 600, and that's the reason why at the moment I'm driving what I'm driving. I might change my opinion, so, you know, let me know if you have a different thought process. But because I'm 44 years old with a kid, I'm thinking at some point, you know, I gotta stop the risky business. And because I get obsessed when I'm driving the bike, like the leaning and everything, I'm sure that if I get a 1000 bike, it's, you know, I might do something stupid. So yeah, let me know your opinion, guys. I'm almost at my work now, so we're running a little bit out of time. I hope I gave some pointers. It's not more of a suggestion, just my thought process. Like I said, at the moment I've got a 600, but at any point of time I might get a 1000. And my favorite 1000 is the CBR 2008 model. So, you know, convince me otherwise. You know, I think that will be it for today. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day and take care.